Alright then, so this is a sort of bonus tutorial, bonus lesson about how to promote your controls to object level. And what I mean by that, so currently a rig can be controlled by the rig pose, and the rig pose have currently, at this current version, a little bit of a limitations. You can only have a state for active state for only one rig pose. You can only select, you cannot go and do dragon selection, and etc, etc. So there's lots of little quirks which side effects for sure is working now and to fix it. One of the ways to work around it is basically to have your controls on an object level, and by that I mean you will have your, for example, null nodes, you will have them oriented in a proper position where the joint starts, and you will just have the output, you know, you will have the zero of the transformations, all the transformation from here will go to the specific rig poses in every setup here. And as you can imagine, doing that by hand is like lots of work. So for this tutorial, I'm gonna use the script from KineFX tools, which basically automates the whole process for us and create all the cool controls and make it work with mirroring. You can check the link, that's a GitHub link. There's an instruction how to install the script and how to use it. And you can also watch that video when I speak about promoting controls and how to create the controls and how to promote them to your HDA. Right, so how you can create the object level controls with this KineFX tools. It's actually extremely easy and easier than you think. So usually we select the last node from which we want to create the controls after it. Usually they need to be somewhere attached control, not usually, but they need to be somewhere attached control before, because the attached controls creates lots of data on attributes, which we are actually using. And so you need to be somewhere there created an attached control. And then when it's created, we just select the node after which we want to create the object level controls. And we'll start with, we'll just start with our main controls. So you select your main control, attach control geometry node, press the button for creating object level controls, and that's it. So it created a network here, and this is a test rig pose. I can actually remove it. And it created two nodes for us, one for creating a zero attributes, and the next one is a rig pose. But if you look up, you will see that we're having a cool network. So the Shift L will organize the network for us. Not always as we want to right now, but you can see now we have the currently object level controls. And if we are going here and we'll display our rig, we'll turn off the selection on a rig, and now we can just go and grab our controls, you see, and yep, that's our character. And we can see some funny errors here. Yep, we can see that some weights. I think I know where it's coming from. I think there's some skinning to a main joint, and we have a few options. We can exclude it from skinning. We can just paint it and etc. So we're gonna fix it up soon, and we can see that that one needs some fixing. So that's easy to fix. Yeah, so we have these controls. This one, if we're gonna grab, we can move our whole rig. That's main control. That's fantastic, pretty cool. And yeah, let's dive in back to our rig. So that's for our the main controls, and we're gonna do the same thing for our legs. And the legs gonna be actually the same. Just gonna create some space here. We select attach control and we hit the object level controls. That's fantastic, there's no error. Cool, it's just an output window here. And that's our rig pose, cool. And we need to do the same thing for the FK controls, object level controls, great. We can go out cool, look at this. We're having our controls here, and we can just go and grab our FK controls, organize them, Shift L. Let's put them here, and that's our IK controls. And we can just put them there. Doesn't really matter. And let's just do a quick test. Let's select our control. Oh, we are not in a IK mode. We're currently in a FK. So, but let's actually test it because we never tested. Nothing works. And let's find out why. So we'll go back here, and we can see that. Why is nothing is working? That works. That works. Oh, that doesn't work here. In the word space, we're gonna do blending. Oh, that's a blending in the between FK and IK, and it currently is an IK. So let's bring an FK, and let's go in output. Let's go here. Okay, so we can see that FK is working. Let's get back and see what was an issue with IK. So we'll switch our setup to IK. Whoop, perfect. So let's go back up, and let's select our IK control, and let's see why it doesn't work. Interesting. Let's have a look. I'm gonna debug it here. Not this one, this one here. Oh, right, of course. I did a mistake. We need to do a space switch before we attach any controls. So it's actually a very easy fix. Let me show you how we can fix it. So first of all, we just need to disconnect our space switches nodes. Whoops. Let's just disconnect them. Let's grab them, move them up here. Let's grab this guy, lower it. We don't need the test pose anymore. Move this pose, connect it back. Okay, that was just a small crash here, but we are actually back. So what we did here, we basically reconnected nodes a little bit down here, and we basically plugging in our space switch nodes. Actually, we're plugging them. Let's just grab this one here. That's here. So that's where the parents are coming from. Just putting it back here. Yes, everything should be nice and okay. And by accident we disconnected this one here, so let's connect it back. Oh, actually that's I think that should be like this. That's correct. Yes, of course, that's correct. Yes, so this one is where the controls coming. So we just basically move the space switch above everything else, and now if you grab the workspace IK controls, they actually move as they should be moving, and the space switches works as well. So now if you grab the main control and move everything's moved. You grab the knee control and you move it and everything's moves. Okay, so let's bring it back. And let me just zero out those controls by selecting them, and control middle click on a parameter will actually zero it out to the default value. And yeah, that's fantastic. And I'm gonna go now and do the same thing for the right side, including the reorganizing a space switch. Actually, we're gonna do it together now because I was thinking about speeding up the video, but there's one important step which you need to remember. First, let's reorganize the space switches. Okay, so we'll remove the repose, the testing one, which we don't need anymore. We'll just grab this node, shake it off, and just move it a little bit down here, make some space. We'll plug it this back here and grab the first input to our space switches. actually here and here. Cool. So that's cool. And let's just create our object level controls in a second. Okay, everything is okay. So now, because we mirror a skeleton, what you need to do a special setting here on a geometry attach control geometry node. There is a special switch here called mirror by scale. And because we mirror in X, you just type here -1, okay? And you need to do the same thing for FK controls. Otherwise, the object level controls wouldn't be placed properly, okay? So you need to do that, that's an important step. And we select our attach control geometry node. We go to our shelf. If you save it, your tool to a shelf, press the button. Yes, it's okay. Everything looks good. And we go here and we select object level controls. Fantastic. And we go up, oops, and we go up to investigate it. Now let's see. Cool. So this is our FK controls, because I can tell because they're in a line. So I would just put them next to other controls. And this is our left IK, this is our right IK, and just move them here like this. And let's just test it. So we should be currently in the IK mode. So if we grab this one and we move it around, perfect. And if we grab this guy and we're moving around, fantastic. Next we'll go and add the we'll create the HDA. We'll save everything and we'll finish by creating an HDA for our rig. We can just hide the model here and just turn off the selection, so it's just a rig. And we'll promote some parameters on top of the HDA, like switching IK and FK. And actually, before we do that, we can add those. It's a good habit to keep those parameters on the rig as well. So we'll go to our rig, go edit parameter interface, and yeah, we can keep the transform everything. Actually, you can go and hide these ones. And you switch invisible. Actually, you can do the whole folder, invisible, invisible, apply, accept. So now the rig doesn't have anything, but we can just go edit parameter interface and we can just go and add the new folder and we can call it controls. And in this one, we'll add another one and we'll say leg. Cool. And fantastic, and the parameter interface, and we'll add leg, and we'll just add another one called IK. And this one could be simple, and we'll add IK FK switch. We'll add our float parameter here. That will be our L leg FK IK blend L IK FK blend. Cool. Apply, and we'll just be sure that the range is from 0 to 1. Cool. We'll duplicate it, change the name to right one. Cool. So we're having this two, and all of this is good. We apply accepted, and we can just go and like to copy parameter, hide this window. We go inside here and we just do paste relative reference. We're gonna copy that code. We'll go up. So once again to here, we go to the right side. We select the blend for right side, show the window, select, and do paste relative reference, and actually be sure that there is a R replaced L with the R, so that's the right side. Fantastic. And let's go up, and we're almost there, because there's a one last thing which you would like to do is, like, when there's IK controls, you just basically hide FK. So currently if it's 1, the IK is visible, so we can go to our IK controls. We just go to the miscellaneous tab, and there is something which is here responsible for showing. It's a display, and it's a 0, it's hidden, 1 is showed. So we're gonna do paste relative reference, and that's gonna be for left one. And we're just gonna go and do it for all IK controls, paste relative reference, fantastic. Let's do it for the right one, render, display. Just be sure that the R letter is chosen. Paste relative reference and the R letter. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing for the FK, but just a little bit different. So we select one of our K control, we do a display, paste relative reference, but we basically do the 1 minus, and you can just copy paste that line and hit the enter and just go one after another. And you know, quicker will be if I'm gonna have a window here, just gonna display. No, that's nice. Select the next one, render, display. Perfect. This one, render. The transform tab. This one, display. Yep, perfect. And let's just test it before we'll do it on the right and left. You see, yep, you're just gonna blend it, and at the same time controls are showing and disappearing. That's fantastic. And let's do the same thing for the right FK. Just be sure you replace the L with R. Okay, that's fantastic. And now let's just test it, the right side. Yeah, that's good.